Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Addicted to Fishing, and today I'm going to cover just a couple things that came out, and I thought they were going to be better than what they were, or had a different expectation of what they are, and I don't think they quite lived up to the hype. So something that you may have had better success with, but I didn't. And we're going to start with this one first. I did put a lot of time in with these and had 0 fish catches. Now, I was around a school of nice largemouth, and I was catching them on a buzz bait. So I thought, man, you know what? I bought some of these. Let's see what the hype's all about. And that's this Whopper Plopper buzz bait. I forget exactly what they called this thing. I bought this natural shad looking guy. Another more realistic natural shad, more for that clear water. And I had to have a red craw, for that spring. I think the concept is decent. But man, I'll tell you what, this thing was a big flop, at least for me. I've talked to a few other people, and they kind of claim the same thing, that it did nothing for them. Whether you call it the Whopper Plopper double buzz, whatever they called it, that to me was a lure that absolutely didn't do anything. You get 2 small ploppers up here that create, and I mean, it looks great coming through the water. It's a resin head, so there's not a lot of weight there. It came through the water pretty true. It ran good for me. Like I said, I was in a whole school of bass. It was a pretty clean little river system that I was fishing in, and the bass would not turn for that thing for their life. I followed up with a buzz bait or just a regular Whopper Plopper, and they immediately I started catching them. I don't know what it is about that, and a lot in this area too, just to kind of maybe help out with that if you're having great luck on it. A lot of the big baits around here, the fish seem to scare off and away from them. But anyway, that's one thing. And I think I only got a couple here, probably 2 right off the. No, I got 3 right off the top that I'll talk about. One of them I've got it in 2 different sizes. I'll explain to you what I like about it, what I don't like about it on both of these, and they happen to be the Plano Edge box. This is the 3600 jig box, the 3700 jig box. The 3700 is full of chatterbaits. The 3600 is full of jigs. Not all of my jigs, but it's got a majority of at least my bigger jigs. The thing with these that I thought was really interesting was the slots that they had. And I'm not saying that I'll keep this box for sure. And you can see I definitely bought I bought the 3600 series long after the fact. But you got these little pegs that the heads slide down into. The problem I have with it is it's not meant for every different head that's out there. A majority of my bladed jigs, chatterbaits if you will, are all Z-Man. And this one you can see it was just kind of laying in there. So the concept is you take it, I find it best that it goes in right around the collar. You pop them in. It does hold a substantial amount of jigs or chatterbaits. But the things I don't like about it, I wish the box was a little deeper. And you can see here I'm having to kind of move skirts around. That's one of my things. The skirts all want to pop up and hang out. Number 2, they should have had these dividers a little bit different, or these little pegs, whatever you will. I wish they were a little different, because the baits, if you don't really take your time putting these in here, man, they just flop and go everywhere, and it makes more of a mess than I would like. Same thing, you might think, well, maybe that's just because it's a chatterbait that's in there. It's not meant for the chatterbait. It's meant for jigs. Granted, this is 3600 size, but you can see jigs, it does hold them quite a bit better. But again, A lot of these jigs are real loose in there. I wish it could have been deeper. Again, so I could kind of get all these skirts nice and neat inside here, and they weren't be folding up and out of the box. You know, that's one of the things I try to do, is keep these skirts looking good. You know, it gives that bait that profile that you're looking for. But man, I'll tell you what, either the 3600 or the 3700 Plano Edge jig box, while it's a good box and while it'll do what it was, there's a lot that they could have done. Plano, you could have done a lot better. You know, see how that skirt comes out of there? I mean, you really got to pay attention, manipulate them skirts around. It'd have been just a little deeper to hold these skirts in a little bit better. I don't know what you could have used instead of these rigid pegs, but there could have been, I'm sure, a couple of different things that you could have done that made these a little better. Again, I'm not complaining. I use them. I don't take them with me. I leave them here at the house. I'm sure if it was in a boat and you're bouncing around, them jigs are going to go everywhere. I haven't found a better way to store my jigs and or bladed jigs better, but it's just, I guess it might be my personal preference. Let me know if you like that box. Let me know if you like those Whopper Poppers. The last one is another Plano Edge. This is a terminal tackle box. I got most of my weights and some rattles in here. There's things I like about this, and then there's things I really dislike about it. First thing that I dislike about it is it's the dividers that they put in here. So for an example, this box, and this is a plus I like. If I was going down to the pond and I only needed this size weight, well, it was 2 different size weights. And you can see this little dude popped out. I could have this just in my pocket, and it's got kind of a locking lid on it. Problem with that is that when I have put this in my pocket, a little bit, that lid pops up, and next thing you know, all of my bullet weights are loose in my pocket. So these little, it could have been a little better system for latching these. I would have liked to have seen that. Number 2, could have been something that would have, you know, and it would have been with the lid and how it latched, that it kept these dividers in place. So there's a pro and a con on just that one. Like these are perfect. You could take these out. If I can get one out. These little coffins, these are great. They got a latch. They don't come open. And as you can see, it perfectly held all of those weights, those bullet weights, perfectly in that box. And no matter what I do, they don't go nowhere. I don't want to have to buy all of these pieces separate to make the perfect terminal tackle box just for my weights. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, you're supposed to put hooks in these or whatever. I do like the clear lids. I do like the fact that you get a couple of different sizes. The open compartments here at the bottom are fine. The latching system is fine. You can see it does have a label system on these. I just put a piece of sticker or something that I bought some weights. I just taped it to the lid so I know exactly what's in there. Some of them I just wrote it right on the box. So it's good for that. You could put all your weight things at the top, but then what you're stuck with, if you put yourself a diagram in the lid, you no longer have the clear see-through lid. This box has popped open on me, even latched perfectly. For the most part, it does stay intact. I used to carry this, not with this much lead in it. This box is extremely heavy. It's an extremely durable box, so I like that aspect of it, but it's just these compartments. Specifically, these compartments, if they would have had just these in here in smaller sizes, and this could have been the ultimate terminal tackle box, especially for weights. I don't keep my hooks in these. I keep my hooks in a deep box. Let me see if I have that box. Yep, here's a box right here. That's got my hooks. This system works a lot better than that one did. For my hooks, there's some bobber stops in here, some beads. But one of the things I'm trying to do with some of these is just keep my hooks straight in a pack so I know exactly what I have. I pull them out. If I need, you know, a number 2 mosquito hook, I can throw that in my pocket and run with it. Same thing, you know, if I need a 1/0 Mustad Ultra Point, got them right there. Got 4 of them right in the pack. So I'm trying to switch things over to that. I have gone back in and taken hooks and put them in little clear bags, but I don't know the brand off the top. You know, I don't know by just looking at it exactly what model it is. Is it a light wire, heavy wire? You can pull it out and you can figure it out. Some people, they don't mind that. I kind of have gotten to that point in my life where I kind of want the easy route where I can just pull this out like this. I can go, okay, this is 8 2/0 laser sharp Eagle Claw hooks, and I know exactly what I have. If I forget what they are when I run out and I know I'm going through them again, like these, if I get down to 1 pack and I need them more and I see this compartment's empty, I just grab this pack and say, oh, okay, so I need the Ultra Lock 1/0 Mustad hook, and it's even got their part number right on it, so I know exactly what I'm out of. I don't have to write it on a lid. I don't have to write it on a piece of paper. I don't have to lose it. Just like this, I pull it out. Yeah, I need some more Owner 6/0 wide gap hooks because I'm low. You know, do I need this one? The Eagle Claw Trocar. It's the Magworm TK120 5/0. I know exactly what I need. I've got enough hooks that I generally don't have to go out and buy hooks, except for in some specialty sizes. But this little works 10 times better than when I had the hooks in the Plano terminal tackle box. Again, it's just like the jig box. I like the box. It works well. I just wish they would have had that customization on that terminal tackle box to have more of those coffin styles that have the actual lockdown to them. Again, when you take those little plastic ones out, you throw them in your pocket, go down to the water, you end up with a pocket full of lead. I'd much rather just have this. You know, this is some split shots, but I'd much rather do that. And that way I know what I have. And they're not going all over the place. You know, you can buy these little bags at Walmart. You can label them. You can do whatever you want. You can run that route. But there's a couple, you know, 3 different things right off the top that I pulled out. While I'm sitting here, I'm kind of looking, seeing if there's anything else that stands out and catches me that was a total flop. And I don't have anything that I own right off the top that I consider a complete flop. But yeah, this is the biggest disappointment in the bunch for me. I mean, it's got a nice hook in it, nice lead keeper on it. But man, I've thrown this thing, especially this one, a lot, and have never had a fish even swirl at it. And I've seen the bass and fished all around them, and just whopper plopper. For what the original whopper plopper is, I figured Ricky for the Seed knocked it out of the park on this. And I don't know what it is about this thing, but it wasn't a fish catcher for me. I remember when that thing first came out, I had bought one. I think I had just bought a red crawl, and I watched a couple of videos online, and people were raving about it. And I never hear a couple of these channels talk about that bait anymore. So I'm assuming they had the same thing. You know, they bought it, might have caught a couple fish on it, but it wasn't enough of a standout that they kept it in their arsenal and kept it in a rotation. So anyway, guys, another little quick video on some couple of flops that I found and kind of my take on what needed to be improved on them. Again, they may be a great box to you. Let me know your opinion on some of these things. Do you like these boxes? Did you have great success with the double whopper plopper buzzbait deal? If so, what were you doing? Maybe I was fishing it wrong. I threw it out and fished it like a traditional buzzbait. I slow rolled it just barely enough to keep it up. I burned it, barely keeping it on the top of the water. And no success either way. I fished it muddy water, clean water, where I could see bass actually schooling, swimming. Threw it blind, couldn't see a fish anywhere, nothing. I'd had this buzzbait with a toad on the back. I'd be firing this dude out there, straight jacking him on it. This thing's caught so many fish, that blade has gone sideways on it. They have bent that thing all over. But anyway, I threw this dude around, was jacking him on it. Threw a regular traditional buzzbait, was jacking him on it. Put that whopper plopper on, thinking, man, this is the time when I'm going to catch one on that whopper plopper. It's going to change my mind, and it never did. So anyway, guys, thanks for clicking on the video. We'll see you in the next one. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It just really helps my channel grow. I really appreciate the clicks, the likes, the shares, the comments. I appreciate it all. Again, in a special video that dropped, I talked about not having affiliate links. I may try to start dropping some tags on some different websites that have some of the baits that I'm talking about. And again, I don't earn commission. I'm not making money off of you. I'm not getting in-store credits to buy myself more gear. I know a lot of guys out there on YouTube that do that. I don't have anything against that. If it ever becomes a thing in the future for me, I'm going to be pretty transparent on that and let you guys know that, you know, if you click on the link and you buy something through my affiliate link, I'll make a little money. But right now I'm not sponsored by nobody. I don't have affiliate links with nobody. And I'm really enjoying that because I can come out here and give you honest opinions on things just like that. This box, I gave you my honest opinion on this box. It was not me, you know, sponsored by Plano. If you click the link, you get, you know, I'm going to get credits to buy more of these boxes. That's not the case. This box can be a great box if they make some improvements. One, again, just a little deeper. I like the labeling system. I like the latching system. I like the toughness of the box. It just needed to be a little deeper, and somehow these little yellow pegs needed to be a little better to hold your baits a little better, specifically bladed jigs. And that's something that I want you, Plano, to come out with, is the ultimate Plano bladed jig box that's meant for bladed jigs, that's deep enough to hold them all the way in, and it'll do its job. When that comes out, I'll review it. I'll get one and I'll talk about it. If I like it, I'll tell you. If I don't like it, I'll tell you. That's kind of the cool thing about my channel right now. I can tell you exactly how I feel about stuff. I give up the juice on the good stuff. I give out the dirties on the not so good stuff. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.